So what is going on, everybody? Today we're actually going to be talking about the NinjaBike messenger bag. Yes, it's the #1 sought after item in the Division 2 currently, right, with Season 2. You guys know this is part of the rewards track, and a lot of people have been asking about this bag, right? Is it the best in slot? Is it the meta piece? Blah, blah, blah. You know how it goes. But one thing I will tell you guys about the NinjaBike messenger bag is that it does a lot of things well, and it's not the best in slot for a lot of things. Now, I'll tell you, if you're using a straight DPS build, the NinjaBike messenger bag, right, is not going to outperform some of those talents like Vigilance, or outperform some of those skill talents like Perfect Combined Arms. It just won't do that. But what it will do is it's going to allow players who are trying to take advantage of that 2-piece, that 3-piece, and they're going to be able to unlock those a lot easier, and that's where they will shine. I really feel that like hazard protection builds definitely will work well with NinjaBike messenger bag. Even the sniper build that I'm currently using that hits very hard, that you guys might have seen a video on, works really well because of the fact that I don't have to worry about Vigilance actually being disabled, right? Because you guys know if you take any damage, it disables that buff for 4 seconds. So that means I would technically be out of 25% weapon damage, right? But with the NinjaBike messenger bag, it allows me to gain a couple stats from other areas, still hit very hard, and not have to worry about that talent. And that's why I honestly like the NinjaBike messenger bag. It allows you to create builds to fit your playstyle. And that's what the key takeaway from this video. If you don't watch anything else, it allows you to create builds to your playstyle. Will it be the hardest hitting build? No. Will it be the hardest hitting skill build? No. Will it be the best in slot ever? Probably not. But I will tell you, it does a lot of things well, and a lot of you guys will enjoy creating builds. I still will say, out of the two, if you wanted to compare the NinjaBike and the Memento, that the Memento is still one of the best run and gun solo player pieces. It's just really hard to think that anything's ever going to top this, just because of the way the talents work. Remember, if you're at full stack, that's 30% weapon damage, 30% skill efficiency, 3% armor regen. That's survivability there. And don't forget, for 10 seconds, every time you do pick up a new trophy, whatever your red cores are, you get an additional 5% weapon damage. Whatever your blue cores, an additional 10% bonus armor. Whatever your yellow cores, an additional 5% skill efficiency. And that's on top of those other stacks. And that's just something that's going to be very hard to really replace. But what I will tell you is I like the NinjaBike messenger bag. I think it helps create some pretty cool builds. A couple stats that really stand out to me that I really like is the Badger Tough, right? If you run a 1-piece Badger Tough, you're getting an additional 5% total armor, which I wouldn't be able to unlock before. Or what I really like is on the new HG set, right? Like I can run a 1-piece and get 15% marksman rifle damage. And that's what I'm running now. For the Fenris, for a lot of people who struggle with hitting shots, they need to reload their weapon and reload is slow. Fenris gives you 20% reload speed. There's even some that give you 20% stability, like the Douglas and Harding piece. A 2-piece gives you 20. If you can't aim, that's gonna help those players control their weapon. And that's where this will shine, right? It's gonna help people unlock those talents that they might not have been able to unlock before. I think one of the big ones that I can see a lot of people is the Yao. Owning to use 2-piece Yao and then have a NinjaBike unlock that 40% pulse resistance. That's huge for players who don't really care about that backpack talent and just want to run something else. You do miss out on that damage. And that's why, like, if you're creating a straight tank build, or you're creating some type of straight DPS build or skill build, well, the NinjaBike might not be that best in slot, or it's not going to really shine up. But if you create builds like you saw here, this is where it excels in, right? Like it does really well. It hits very hard. It competes with some of the hardest hitting sniper builds. And that's why I wanted to create a build like this. I wanted to build that, hey, if my backpack talent isn't procced, what is the hardest way I can hit? And the NinjaBike allowed me to do that. And that's personally why I enjoy trying to create builds with the NinjaBike. I think it will do well in that it allows you to create builds that allow you to play the way you like playing. And that's the key takeaway, guys. use a NinjaBike to create different builds that you typically wouldn't create. If you're trying to create an Eclipse protocol build, like we're gonna pull it up right now, right? We go to my Eclipse protocol build. Whoa, this might not be a set that you wanna run with it, right? Because you're gonna miss out on toxic delivery. You're also gonna miss out on the backpack talent. It amplifies all weapon damage you deal to status effects targets by 30%, which is huge. It doesn't make sense to run it with a build like this. But like that sniper build that I was running, or if you wanna create, I've seen people run the Hunter's Fury, but even then, Hunter's Fury is an up close and personal build, right? Why would you wanna swap out Memento when you're gonna be that close? You're always gonna get those buffs right away because you're up in their face. So it will be cool. You'll be able to really take advantage of using other stats, but something like the Memento or something like the Eclipse protocol build you saw, it might just not work. And even with the striker set, I was playing around with the striker set, and I'll tell you, for me, I honestly, I can't get away from the Memento. I feel like if I want to have a striker feel like the striker from Division 1, well, I need to have Memento. I need to have something that's going to give me a little bit more damage down here. Or if I want to get a little bit more survivability, I could put the Bellstone Armory. I just need that extra little bit of survivability so that way I can keep those stacks up. And when you do have full stacks, that's where the Memento shines. But that doesn't take anything away from the NinjaBike messenger bag. And you guys saw in the gameplay, there are builds that will work well with it. And it's really just finding the build that doesn't sacrifice too much, but still improves your gameplay in a different way. And that's what I kind of did with my build. I found something that didn't sacrifice too much damage. It still was one-shotting those enemies, but what it did allow me to do is take damage, because I always take damage when I'm sniping. Like even if I'm all the way back, like I end up getting shot with a straight bullet, then I don't have vigilance anymore. And that's what the NinjaBike was allowing me to do. It allowed me to switch up a build that I knew I would enjoy, but I want to get a little bit of more play style the way I like playing. And that's where you guys just have to create something special. So remember, it's not gonna be, to me, the best in slot. It's not gonna be a meta piece, but it will be really good. And you guys can create unique builds that will perform well, and you'll have a lot of fun running them. So have fun when you guys do get this, but I just don't want anybody to be disappointed. And last but not least, make sure you guys check those stats. I was creating a lot of builds with the Memento, and I noticed when I would go to my stats, my crit chance wasn't adding up. My critical hit damage wasn't adding up. I would add a Grupo Sombra piece, and I wouldn't see any crit damage. So just make sure that the stats are adding up. And I don't know if it's a bug on the stat side or if it was actually affecting my damage, but just be careful. Make sure you add up the numbers, make sure everything's looking good when you're creating builds, because I don't want you to create a build and be like, oh, it's not working, and then like the 2-piece isn't unlocked or the 1-piece isn't even adding up to the thing. So I just know I saw that bug. Just wanted to put it out there for anybody who was struggling or was about to get this piece. And that's gonna wrap up this video here, guys. Hey, I appreciate the support, appreciate the love. Just a little short video. Wanted to talk to you guys about this bag because I knew a lot of people were asking me, what do I think about it? What do I think about it compared to the Memento? What do I think about it to other talents? And this was my honest opinion on it. I think some people are gonna have a ton of fun creating unique builds, and while they might not be the hardest hitting builds, they're gonna help improve their play style, or it's gonna fit their play style, and that's all that it really matters. I'll see you guys in the next one, but until then, hey, nothing but skills out. Take it easy, everybody.